Hello everyone and welcome again to the Armatech YouTube channel. Here in this video we're going to feature the lance weapons from the Bastion faction and specifically on the Spitfire character. As you can see, the weapon has decent damage in second, and with upgrading it doesn't get crazy better, but at level 7 it can give an indication about how good the weapon is. And the Spitfire is well leveled, so I can survive long enough to show you how the weapon would perform. Now the weapon has 200 meters range, but there's a trick that is if the enemy target is closer than 50 meters range, also the weapon would be useless. So you have a limited range between 50 to up to 200 meters. And the weapon, as you can see, launches homing missiles that seeks the target and hit it. But as you can see, the weapons go in many directions. The rockets go in many directions and meet at the target. So it's important to put in mind that you don't only have to provide line of sight, or that you have to put the enemy in your targeting system, but you also have to have the sights clear as well. Otherwise, you're gonna waste a lot of firepower. Like this one here, got the kill. No, so far only 0 kills. I didn't get any kill. So, and the direction where you are looking as you are firing is very important, where it dictates how how the trajectory of the missiles will be. So, like this one here, I looked far in to the right to deliver the hit. Here, I should be looking up. If I look straight forward, the weapons all will hit the ground. So this is a downside of this weapon, that you have to look always at the right direction when you are placing your hit. Like here, when I looked up, that's when I scored a hit. Otherwise, all of my rockets hit the ground. Here, exactly. And I have to have also the sides clear. So the line of sight shouldn't be narrow, otherwise you're gonna waste all of your firepower. Also, there shouldn't be allies or anyone from your teammate between you and the target. Otherwise, most of your rockets will hit your teammate. So it's a very, very, very circumstantial weapon that has a lot of conditions required in order for it to work. You can banana some rockets, but that doesn't compensate the amount of effort that you have to do only to place one successful hit. And you're not gonna kill your target in one hit if you score a perfect hit. No, it's not like this. You're gonna do decent if all circumstances were perfect. So I really am not a fan of this weapon. I'm gonna try to show you in its best performing conditions, and as well in real combat, where not all conditions work as well as you want them to be. Here, as you can see, we made 2 kills so far. Did a lot of damage, to be honest. And the damage, most of it, as you will see in the stats, will come from the Molotov ability, because I have the Spitfire well leveled. Here, I was able to place one shot. The other, I missed, but not because I didn't know how to place it, but because I am the only one looking at the target. And when I look away to place my hit, the targeting system will fail to find the character. The enemy character will disappear on my targeting system because I'm not looking at it anymore. if there was an enemy, a teammate looking at the enemy, it would still show on my targeting system. But that wasn't the case when I'm fighting in one-on-one. This is so much different from War Robots, where you know where are the positions of the enemy characters or enemy robots at all times, except for when they are in stealth, of course. But here you have to have line of sight in order to see the character. Like this one, that was tricky but successfully placed. I think if you want my opinion, I think it resembles the Vortex in War Robot, but those are way less practical. In the Vortex, you have a clear advantage that you don't have uh, to have line of sight with the enemy. But here, as I can see, all downsides and the damage is not even rewarding for the effort that you are doing. And please don't get me wrong, I am all for skills in this game and that you have to have skills in order to place good shots. But in comparison with the amount of concentration and yeah, in comparison with the amount of concentration that you have to do to place this shot with any effort that you have to do with the Hermit or the Imperial faction, I think well this weapon is quite weak, and to say the least that it really needs a buff. Either the spread of the missiles as they are launched to be narrowed, or only place the shot so that they hover above in the above direction, in the upper direction, and that's it. It doesn't have to go this wide on the sides. That would make it better. But well, I don't think that this weapon is gonna be my favorite. Let me put it like this. And right now I'm looking for a weapon that would make me love the Bastion, because so far I really don't enjoy playing this faction. I think they are tanky, that's for sure, but like they're not that agile. They're not that interesting. They're not that fast. There's nothing tricky about them. Like you can't even jump. And well, yeah, I'm not a fan of this faction, so I was trying to look for an alternative, or trying to discover the weapons and if any one is good. Here, nearly the MVP, scored good damage and scored some kills. Here, trying the same setup but on a different map to see if they could perform better or worse. Let's discover. But to be honest, I think the other map, the one that we previously played, was the perfect condition for this weapon, because it has a lot of open terrain where this weapon can shine. Here, there are different altitudes, and there are always obstacles on the sides. It's rare that you can have, except for this line, for this pathway here. Otherwise, it's difficult to secure a long line of sight. I'm looking here just to place my Molotov ability at the enemy forces that are trying to capture the sea beacon, exactly like this, to score the highest amount of damage possible. Here I learned a little bit the lesson. I learned that I have always to use the lock-on. Without the lock-on, there is no way that you can score hits exactly like this. And when you shoot, you have always to look at the direction where you want the trajectory of your rockets to be. This one here, and looking up, and that's it. Those are well-placed shots. But did you see how long we waited until we got these perfect circumstances? The damage here or don't be fooled by the damage, because I don't think that that character was well leveled. Here, the character, the Spitfire, is so tanky and so well leveled that the enemy are not able even to just get into my first chunk of HP. Now they are, but it took them Desolators and some brawling weapons and etc. I'm careful in placing my Molotov because I want it to hit the 3 enemies at once, and hopefully getting rid of all of those weapons. Oh, I'm trying here also to place a good hit. First step, you lock on the target with the lock on button here. Make sure that you activate it from the settings, and then you make sure that you are fully loaded, and then wait and pick the perfect angle and place the shots. And here we go. So this is the guideline of how to place good shots with the lance weapon, although I'm not a fan of it, as I said. I think any other level 7 weapon would have scored better, would have performed better, arguably from all of the other factions. From the Hermit faction would have performed better, would have scored way more damage. Also from the Empyreal as well, and especially on the Spitfire, with the survivability that the Spitfire has, I think I would have gotten way better results than just using this homing missile weapon. Exactly. And I have to remind you that from this range I'm useless. I have to get away a little bit, and sometimes even when when making them banana like this, the shots, I don't score any kill. So it's really circumstantial. There is no way that you can guarantee a kill or a hit at least. Here, I think I'm gonna lose my character anytime now. I wanted to just reload the weapon and see if I could score a kill or two. With this map, I was lucky because I was paying extra attention into the angle that I'm shooting with. The angle decides everything. It decides whether the rockets will hit obstacles or if the rockets will follow your target successfully. And that's it for the second game. I'm gonna show you also one more game, but I think that one, the last one, will be the worst, because here you can really see how your hands are completely tied. Where a map like this, the new map, has a lot of obstacles. There is barely any place with no obstacles on the sides, and you almost can't. It's almost impossible to score a perfect hit. A weapon like the lance has no chance in making any significant contribution to the team on this map. And even that you have to come closer to the 200 meters distance, well, and you're not supposed to get too close, and you're not a brawling weapon, but surprisingly you have to get to the distance of a brawl. So to me, I think this weapon might make more sense if it was with the range 350 meters. But like this, well, I really don't recommend you playing this weapon as it is, and I for sure don't recommend you wasting your resources on this weapon. or on the Bastion faction for that matter. I think you can make better use of your silver on the Hermit, for example. A level 7 turret would perform much better, even though that it is a medium weapon, not a heavy one. Now, so far, I'm just trying to find a way where I can place one hit, and there's nothing for me to do otherwise, other than just walking in the open, which is something I absolutely don't recommend. This was the first kill. I was very lucky into luring that Spitfire of stepping into the open, yes, exactly, and that made it easy for me to fire above the cover. Here I have only 2 salvos, and I am too close to the enemy territory. Although I am very tanky, yes, I was surprised by this shroud. Wanted to place my Molotov wisely, but maybe it didn't work as I planned it to do. Here I will just fast forward the results so that I don't waste most of your time on me walking trying to avoid being killed just to place one successful hit. Please let me know if I'm doing something wrong, if I'm making a mistake. I could absolutely learn from you guys, so please make sure just to let me know in the comments if you can see any alternative of this playstyle just to score one successful hit. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.